Stop. Just stop for a second and think about the last time you were at a party where you didn't know a single soul, and someone suddenly shoved a microphone in your face and demanded you give a speech. That heart-pounding, throat-closing, stomach-dropping feeling, that is exactly what your child feels when you tell them to just say hi to a stranger. Today, we are uncovering the hidden truth about why your child freezes and why the most common advice you've been given is actually making their social anxiety worse. You are doing it wrong. And I say that with love because I did it wrong too. Most parents in the United States believe that pushing a shy child is the only way to break the habit. But research from the Child Mind Institute in New York shows that for nearly 20% of children, this isn't just shyness, it's a physiological nervous system lockout. While we are busy trying to socialize them, we are actually teaching their brain that social interaction is a high-stakes, high-threat environment. But what if I told you there's a group of people, specifically in cultures like Japan or parts of Scandinavia, where quietness is seen as a strength? In those regions, children who observe first and speak later actually score higher on emotional intelligence metrics by age 10. Today, I'm going to show you the exact 5 icebreakers that use this observer-first logic, the science of the social spotlight, and how you can apply these today to help your child find their voice without the tears. Did you know that 85% of parents admit to feeling embarrassed when their child refuses to speak to a relative or a friend? It's a gut reaction. We feel like it reflects on our parenting. But only 12% of us realize that when we apologize for our child's silence by saying things like, "Oh, sorry, he's just being difficult today," we are actually cementing a shame identity inside that child's head. Let's look at a situation I see every single day in Chicago playgrounds. Imagine little Michael. He's 4 years old. A friendly neighbor walks up and says, "Hey, Michael, how old are you?" Michael instantly hides behind your leg. He's gripping your jeans so hard his knuckles are white. You feel the heat rise in your face, and you say, "Michael, don't be rude. Tell Mr. Johnson how old you are." Result? Michael digs his face deeper into your leg. His brain just sent a massive shot of cortisol to his system. He's now in fight or flight mode. You didn't encourage him. You accidentally confirmed to his brain that Mr. Johnson is a threat. Or think about situation 2, a birthday party in a loud Los Angeles play center. Your daughter, Sarah, is standing by the wall. You want her to join the other kids, so you push her toward the group and say, "Go on, go play, it'll be fun." Sarah freezes. She looks like a deer in headlights. By pushing her, you've increased the social spotlight to a blinding level. She feels the weight of your expectations and the weight of the other kids' eyes. The result? She spends the next hour clinging to your side, more withdrawn than ever. Situation 3 is the most common. The family reunion in Houston. Grandma wants a hug, but little James hasn't seen her in 6 months. You say, "Give Grandma a hug or you won't get any cake." This is bribery, and it's dangerous. It teaches James that his physical boundaries don't matter, and that social interaction is a transaction, not a connection. He does it, but he feels icky inside. If these stories sound familiar, you aren't alone. Millions of American parents are stuck in this loop. We do it because we want our kids to be successful and extroverted. But when we force it, we create 3 devastating consequences. First, we destroy their trust in their own intuition. Second, we trigger selective mutism tendencies, where the brain literally shuts down the vocal cords. And third, we create a long-term association between people and performance anxiety. A landmark 15-year study from the University of Maryland found that children who were consistently pushed to be social against their will had a 40% higher rate of clinical social anxiety in their teenage years. They didn't grow out of it, they grew into a deeper fear. We have to change the conditions, not the child. This is why Scene 3 is so vital. Between the ages of 3 and 7, a child's brain is in a golden period of social mapping. This is when they decide if the world is a stage they need to fear or a playground they can explore. When you use the wrong methods, the biological threat system, the amygdala, creates a false belief. That belief is, my voice is a risk. If we miss the chance to correct this now, by the time they hit middle school in places like Miami or New York, the neural pathways are hardened. Changing them later takes years of therapy. Think of it like a young tree. If you try to force a branch to grow a certain way by pulling it, you might snap it. But if you provide the right sunlight and water, it leans toward the light naturally. This doesn't just affect their shyness. It impacts their academic performance because they're too afraid to ask questions. It impacts their physical health because they won't tell a coach when they're hurt. It impacts their future career because they never learned how to enter a room on their own terms. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that forced socialites score 30% lower on perceived self-competence. But there is a solution. In high-performing social cultures, they use what I call the low-pressure bridge, or LPB. It's based on the work of Dr. Stephen Porges and the Polyvagal Theory. The goal? To keep the child in the social engagement system and out of the freeze system. There are 3 core principles. Principle 1, shared attention. Don't look at the child, look at an object together. Principle 2, the 2-minute buffer. Give the child 2 minutes of silent observation before any interaction is expected. Principle 3, narrating instead of questioning. Instead of asking, "What is that?" you say, "I see you're holding a blue truck." The old way says, "Tell the nice lady your name." The new way says, "This is my friend Susan. She's wearing a very bright yellow hat, like your son had at home." Do you see the difference? The old way is a direct attack. The new way is a bridge. Group A, the forced kids, think, "I am being tested." Group B, the LPB kids, think, "We are just talking about a hat." This works because of a biological mechanism called co-regulation. When you stay calm and don't demand a response, your nervous system signals to their nervous system that there is no lion in the room. There is no threat. By the 3rd or 4th time you do this, it becomes a natural habit. Let's look at the LPB in action. Imagine you're at a doctor's office in Chicago. Situation 2, the playground. The science backs this up. A major study by the University of Washington followed 500 children for 5 years. They found that kids who were given social buffers, like the ones I just described, showed a 60% increase in spontaneous speech within 6 months. They didn't have to be told to speak. They wanted to speak. Dr. Linda Blair, a leading clinical psychologist and author of The Key to Your Child's Confidence, says, "When we remove the expectation of a verbal response, we paradoxically make it much easier for the child to give one. It's the law of reversed effort." Now, let's get into the how-to. I've designed a 4-week transformation plan for you. Week 1, the silent observation. You will feel a massive urge to push. Don't. You are building a foundation of trust. You might notice Sarah looks relieved. That relief is the sound of her nervous system coming out of red alert. Week 2, the parallel narration. Week 3, the shared toy trick. Week 4, the question flip. Wait. Give it 10 seconds. If she doesn't answer, you answer for her and move on. No pressure. But by week 4, the freeze response has usually melted away because she knows you won't let her fail. Think about the Michael we talked about earlier. After 4 weeks of this, when Mr. Johnson asks how old he is, Michael might not say 4, but he might hold up 4 fingers. That's a win. That's communication. That's the LPB working. Remember, 80% of people are doing this wrong. They are creating a generation of performers who are anxious inside. You are creating a child who is secure. Start today. Your action step is this. The next time someone greets your child and they freeze, do not say, "Don't be shy." Instead, put your hand on their shoulder, look at the person, and share one interesting thing your child did today. He actually found a very round pebble in the park this morning. Within 2 weeks, you'll see the tension leave their shoulders. Within 2 months, you'll hear their voice coming out before you even have to step in. If you found this helpful, please share this with one parent friend who is struggling with a shy kid. We can change the way we raise our children, one bridge at a time. I've left a free Social Bridge script PDF in the description below to help you with the exact words to use. I'll see you in the next episode.